guys, hello, hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I am Jyotsna and welcome to Jyotsna's Bookscapades, where I make videos on books, okay? And basically this particular video, this series which is called Weekly Reads, is something that I do on a weekly basis. But unfortunately, I have not been able to do this since some time now because I was in reading slump. If you want to know why, of course, check out my previous weekly reads because I explain how, why am I taking a break. But now I'm back and I'm trying to get back to, making these videos in a full-fledged manner because I'm back to reading like 4 books at a time. I'm back to my usual reading routine and my journaling routine as well. So it feels really awesome to be filming this right now. So about the books that I read in the past week, what I'll do is that I'll cover all of those books in the, I would say, February and March wrap up. So I did read like a couple of books in February, but that was like too little for a video. And in March, I've read some considerable amount of books already. Hence, I'm going to be talking about all the read books in that particular video, which should come out hopefully next weekend, hopefully after that, somewhere, during that time. But that being said, let's get to the books that I'm reading currently. So let's start with the book that I'm like maximum done with. And for me, that is this one. This is India's China Challenge by Anant Krishnan. Basically, it talks about a journey through China's rise and what it means for India. Now, if you are not following me or if you're new to this channel, I would like to make it a point that I love reading political nonfiction, especially Indian political nonfiction. And this is my quest to understand geopolitics. Like I picked up this book to understand it in a very good manner, especially with respect to the Indo-China conflict, the border conflicts and things like that. And I would like to say that this is not the first book you start reading, okay? And even if you start reading this as the first book, and if you do not know about the history of India and China, and ignore that, people are just working in the house above. But the point being, back to the book, it's just that it's very, very important to understand a few aspects of Indian and Chinese history to learn more about what it means for India and what it means for China. Does this make sense? So basically, for example, the reason why I say this is not the first book you read on India-China geopolitics is because you need to know more about Chinese history, more about Maoism to understand the history and the political situation much, much better. Now, what I do like about this book is that it does explain a lot of unknown things that we do not know about the Indo-China war, like way back, of course. And it talks about why India and China went to war during that time. And the good thing is that Anant Krishnan also got access to some classified documents. So these are classified in India but not classified in China. And Anant Krishnan has been, he was a journalist who was based in Beijing for about 8 to 10 years. So I think now he's back in India, but I'm not sure about that. The thing is that he actually went through those classified files, and when I say classified, I mean unclassified in China, and a lot of things were redacted, but he could read it and kind of understand what actually went wrong. So I really like the part that I'm in currently. So there are multiple parts where it explores a lot of aspects of Indo-Chinese, I would say relationships. Like it starts with politics, the economy, the diplomacy, and also history. So I'm currently in the section that's called history, and history is where we discover a lot of transactions that went on between India and China, especially during the war of 1962 and the years leading up to 1962. Like I was saying, it's a very, very interesting book for sure, and I would say that if you want to read this book first. But then there are a lot of things that you'll have to Google to understand. For example, the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, especially all of these historical terms which were disastrous for China on some level, which were implemented by Mao himself. So do read the book if you're interested in the subject. Do read the book if you're interested in understanding Indo-China geopolitics. And this is the thing, and I'm really, really angry at these people for actually doing this when I'm filming. Okay, stop doing it. So the next book that I am about 50% done with is This one, The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak. So if you've not seen my reaction to the Women's Prize long list, please go ahead and watch it, because the Women's Prize long list or Women's Prize for fiction in general is one of my favorite prizes to follow. I follow it over a lot of other prizes because it has some beautiful and amazing books by these strong women authors all over the world. And this is my second book because I did finish reading Louis Erdrich's The Sentence. So this is my first Elif Shafak as well, and I really like it. It's kind of based in Cyprus, and it talks about the historical and political situation in Cyprus. It talks about it keeps switching between timelines, present day London and in Cyprus in 1974, when actually the invasion began by Turkey. Like Turkey started invading the island of Cyprus. And it's a very interesting book about generational trauma. It's a book about I would say nature in general, because Cyprus is supposed to be like a very, very nature rich, greenery rich, and a very beautiful place. But unfortunately that might not be the case now because of a lot of deforestation and things like that. So this does give me the overstory vibes by Richard Powers, and if you know me, I don't like the overstory at all, but I really like the way Elif Shafak's written like a point of view for a tree in the book, because there's a tree who's also narrating the story. And if you're interested in like human emotions, generational trauma, and history, politics of a country you know very limited things about, or a country you just know as an island, then this is the book that you have to read. Okay, I recommend it already. I'm done with 50%. And the next book that I'm reading, I'm like about 45% done with, is an ebook, and that is The Perfect World of Miwako Sumida, by the author I don't remember, I'm sorry. She's an Indonesian Singaporean author, which was very interesting for me. And I was recommended this book by one of my subscribers, who on Goodreads stated that if I don't like this book, he is going to read a Chetan Bhagat book, the latest one. And I said, yeah, okay, you keep your Chetan Bhagat book ready, because I'm reading this current, and if I don't like it, you're going to read the Chetan Bhagat book. And I really love challenges like that. That's how you get me to read books, okay? That's how, like, if there is a challenge, I am in for it, honestly. And to be fair, I do like this book so far. It's kind of a mystery. So basically the book starts off with the suicide of Miwako Sumida, okay? And it's just like her friends are shocked, the people around her are very shocked that how could a girl just do this. And she was maybe like in her, I would say, late teens, just in college and things like that. And it's very interesting. And now these friends are like trying to go ahead and find the mystery behind her death, what made her die by suicide. And it's very important that I also mention that it reads like a mystery but also has a touch of YA. So not bad, not the usual book I generally read, because it's very much like YA or whatever, but it's nice. It's nice so far, and I hope it does not turn out to be another Vivek OG where the ending of it is just like pff, like you know how Vivek OG was for me. But yeah, and that being said, the last book that I'm reading currently, and this is something that I really need to speed up because it's my own group read, okay? And it's this one. This is The Silent Coup by Josie Joseph, and it talks about a history of India's deep state. I've read like about 34 pages so far in the book, and I really like it. But my plan is that I want to finish this first so that I can concentrate on this in a full-fledged manner. So hopefully by the time this video is posted, I'll finish this. I don't know if I will, but let's see if I can. And then I'll just concentrate on the 3 books that I'm reading currently. Okay, so those are my reading plans, and that's it. So if you're new here, like, if you are watching this video for the first time, let me just tell you that this is something that I do on a weekly basis, and I also discuss my reading plans for the week. And it's just kind of, and I would say a documentation of my reading journey on a weekly basis, because it's weekly reads. Okay, so yeah, by that doesn't usually happen, but yeah, there's some work going on in the house above, so I'm just yeah, right, you hear that. So I think that's the cue that I need to like finish and wrap up this video quickly. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.